What is specific defense? Well, there are two types of targeted responses in the immune system to a pathogen. First, the humoral response, sometimes called the antibody-mediated response. This is because it uses B cells and antibodies to react with antigens. And antigens are just another term for the foreign substance like a pathogen. When an antigen, such as a virus or a fungus, enters the body, it triggers the production of antibodies. And antibodies are sort of these Y-shaped proteins that react with the antigen. So how do these antibodies get in the action? Well, cells called B lymphocytes, or B cells, are located in all the lymphatic tissues, waiting for a phone call. And like the police and ambulance waiting for an emergency to occur, the first cell on the scene is called a macrophage. This first line of defense, or this first white blood cell on the scene, it engulfs a pathogen. And what it does is it displays a piece of it on its surface, on its membrane, almost like a wanted poster. It then finds the right helper T cell, or T cell, to relay the message to B cells, here, to prepare antibodies and kill the microorganism. It also at the same time alerts memory cells to remember this pathogen for the future so that it can defend itself more quickly when in contact with the same pathogen down the line. The next type of response is called the cell-mediated response. It sometimes can be called the cytotoxic T cell response. Even though the humoral response also involves T cells, remember that there are different types of T cells on the scene. This one here, called the cytotoxic T cell, is involved in the cell-mediated response. What happens is the macrophage will engulf an antigen, display it on its membrane, and then signal for the right helper T cell to activate the cytotoxic T cells. And what these guys do is they destroy pathogens and release chemicals called cytokines. Cytokines, or cytokines, further activate the immune system to bring other lymphocytes, or white blood cells, to where they are most needed. Remember that none of these white blood cells, called lymphocytes, are needed if the pathogens cannot first get through the first line of defense. Nonspecific defenses, such as your skin or mucous membranes, are key. But if these don't work to prevent pathogens, be glad that you have this powerful backup strategy.